And it's being live streamed. Yeah, got it. Woo. Okay, we're just going to wait a minute or so before we begin.
Okay, Amash has been spotlighted and we are ready to go. Rebbe, I'm going to mute myself so that no one can hear my driving noises. And hopefully we'll get a couple more guys on.
Okay, I hope so.
Shalom Aleichem, Rav.
Alechem Shalom, how are you?
Baruch Hashem, all good.
Okay, so
Hey.
tonight we said we're going to speak about winning the war by not forgetting. By not forgetting. So let's talk a little bit about forgetting. In the parsha we just read, it says, Vayikra Yosef Shem Abachor Menashe. That Yosef called his firstborn Menashe. Why did he call him Menashe? He says, Ki Nashani Hashem, Nashani Elokim, as call Amali, as call Beis Avi. That Hashem has made me forget all my labor, all my sorrows, and my father's house. So the Ali Shua, the Meshgiach Zatzal, he asked in Shir Chumash, he asked, what does that mean? He forgot? What did he forget? Bishleim, the Tsaros, when you become the ruler of all Mitzrayim, and you're the ruler of all Mitzrayim. Okay, so you don't have to think about the Tsaros of the past. Fine. But Beis Avi, he forgot his father's home. What does that mean? The Meshgiach said that that's not Shayach. We forgot his father's home. And not only that, it's not true. It's not true. What did he send to pick up? What did he send to Yaakov Avinu to bring him to Mitzrayim? What did he send to him? A golus. Why are you sending those wagons? A golus? Because it's a remez to what they were learning. Egla Rufa. They were learning Egla Rufa. So that must have been on his mind. That they learned the Egla Rufa, that must be on his mind. He's definitely connected with it. Otherwise, he wouldn't have thought about, I should send the wagons. And not only that, but when he almost made the mistake of fooling around with Eshes Potiphera, right? So what prevented him, according to Chazal? What prevented him, according to the Chumash? The image of his father. He sought the Mus Diyukno of Yaakov Avinu. And how can he do such a thing, seeing the Mus Diyukno of Yaakov Avinu? Now, if he had no connection, he totally forgot his father, right? So how is it that at such a moment, he sees that the Mus Diyukno, it's... I don't think he forgot his father. It doesn't seem he forgot his father. Or Beis Avi either. Right. So the Meshgiach answered, Rav Obi answered, he says, you have to know that when the Torah says something is forgotten, it doesn't mean like what we think. Our colloquial version of forgetting is you forget everything. Forget it, it's out of our mind. You forget. According to the Torah, there must be hundreds of levels of forgetfulness. Hundreds of levels of forgetfulness. If it's slightly not as clear and crisp and with you as it should be, as it was before, that's also forgetting. That's the Torah's version of forgetting. That's the Torah's concept of forgetting, right? When Yosef was in Eretz Yisrael, his awareness, his connection was more alive to his father. It's more alive when he was there. But now that he's in Mitzrayim and he's busy and he's the head of the state, and he's the leader of the country. Okay, so it wasn't as strong as it was when he was in Eretz Yisrael. That's what it means. He forgot. He didn't forget. He was well aware of what was happening. He was well aware of his father and what he was going through, right? Yeah. So forgetfulness sometimes could be a very slight thing. A very slight thing. All right, now, the Yevanim, what did they want? They wanted us, right, to lashkichem Torasecha. They wanted us to forget the Torah. They wanted us to the shkichem, to make us forget Torasecha, your Torah. That also means the same thing. It doesn't mean they wanted us to stop learning altogether. We never find that as part of the Gezeirah, that they had to stop learning totally. They just wanted to add something to the learning. Yeah, it could be they didn't want them to learn Gemara, whatever, but there's certain things they didn't want them to learn, but they wanted to put into the Torah a little bit of Hellenism, a little bit of Greek philosophy, right? Yeah. And they didn't want to forget to put aside the Torah. They wanted to Hellenize the Torah. Well, now, I don't know. It doesn't say it in the Shir Chumash I was learning, but I think it certainly is true that would have destroyed the Torah, right? If they put in the little bit of Hellenism, that would have. I think the Mishkan maybe does say that. Yeah, I think he does say Ataka. That would destroy the Torah. That would be mamash shchichas Torah. That Ataka would destroy the Torah. If you have a little bit of the Hellenistic spirit in there, that would destroy the Torah. Right? The Mishkan definitely spoke about it. Yeah, but it doesn't mean that forgetfulness. There's many different levels, many different degrees of forgetfulness, right? And this week we have a mitzvah not to forget. This week we have a mitzvah not to forget, right? I'm sure everybody is well aware. There was a chiyuv to announce it in the Beit Knesset and in shuls on Shabbos, right? To announce that on Erev Shabbos Kodesh, this Friday, the Asara B'Tevis. It's a fast day. It's Asara B'Tevis. This Friday, Erev Shabbos Kodesh. The Asara B'Tevis. It doesn't come out, it's the only tinus, by the way, that comes out on Friday, according to the way we have the calendar now. Others could, but according to our calendar, the only tinus that comes out on Friday, you should learn the halachas. There's some different halachas. What happens, for example, if it's a longer fast than usual, right? Because you're going to go to shul and you're going to daven and you're going to come back and they're going to make kiddush, right? You're really not going to eat or drink until you make kiddush, right? What happens if you feel weak, if you feel you need to eat or drink before kiddush? What should you do? You should make kiddush. If you make kiddush, it has to be Malkam Suda. You have to eat something with it. Those things you'll look up yourselves, fellows, because you have to know that. Those things you have to know. The halachas of tainus on Erev Shabbos. But that's it. Aseret Tevis is coming out on Erev Shabbos, and that we cannot forget. We dare not forget. We dare not forget. We dare not forget the Mikdash, Beis HaMikdash. Yeah. By the way,
Good question for the Rav.
what?
I have a question on the Rav was darshaning from the Rav Holder.
Yeah. Why?
Saila is this lashon of from Menashe's name, Nasheni, like I don't recall this lashon for shikha, for forgetfulness anywhere. And not that I've been through Tanakh and back, but it's a very unique expression. And while Rav was giving it over, I was trying to find maybe something from the Malbim, because Malbim is really good at giving the etymology. He didn't have anything on this pasuk, but I was able to pull up the Radak, and he says the shoresh of the word is nashash, nun shin shin. Even that shoresh word I've never seen anywhere. This is nevertheless from the Radak's first pirush, he did taich nasheni as tishkach, as shikta. So like his pirush on it was that like from the luxury, like the Rav said, from the luxuries of the house of Mitzrayim, from being in Paro's palace, I forgot what my father's house was like. And he made it a point to say, but I didn't forget my father. I forgot what my father's house was like,
Right.
which is, embodies like the Yaakov embodies the.
I actually looked it up. I also was inquisitive because you don't see it any place. I looked it up, but the way the Ali Shor, the way the Meshgiach learned it, he learned that he also forgot a little bit of his father. That's how he learned. Okay, the Meshgiach could learn like that. I would have said, if once I see the Malbim, I would say I like the Malbim, but the Meshgiach he can learn like that. All right. So
But I didn't think that there was any
the Meshgiach is something also very, very important. That, why did he call his son Menashe? Because he didn't want to forget his father's house. He didn't want to forget. And by calling him Menashe, he would constantly be reminded of his father. And that's why he called him Menashe. That the Mishgiach added, and I think that's a very, very special point. Right. So we have to remember this Erev Shabbos, we have to remember the Churban of the bias, right? And the Rishonim tell us that we were taken out of Mitzrayim so that we could build a Mishkan and serve Hashem. We left Mitzrayim so we could build a Mishkan and we could serve Hashem in the Mishkan. That's the Tachlis. I think Rabbeinu Bechai says that the Tachlis of the Bria is that the Shechina should be Lamala, in the Mata. The Shechina should be with us. The Shechina should be with us. It's the Mishkan that the source of being able to build the Mishkan, Klal Yisrael was able to leave Mitzrayim, right? That's true. You're going to tell me that today the Shechina is betochenu, right? We don't have a base of Mikdash, we don't have the Mishkan, right? But it's betoch the cloud, but it's not the same. The goal, the ideal, the kavanah, what was the meaning of the Torah is that the Shechina should be betochenu, in us, betoch the Beis Hamikdash, as we do the avodah in the Beis Hamikdash. That's what it's meant to be. And today we don't have that. Today we have that. It's a different world. It's a different world. The world with the Beis Hamikdash, with Hashem's Shechina, it was like I always say that we would go into the Mikdash and we would instantly feel our Yetzer Tov and the Yetzer Hara. We were different. It made us so connected to Hashem, and now we don't have it. And it comes to Surah B'Tevis, and it's Erev Shabbos, and there's a lot to do, and there's a lot on our minds, and we got to take care of our family, and but we also have to take the time out to think about the loss of the Mikdash. You have to take the time out to think about the loss of the Mikdash. We can't forget it, not even in the slightest amount, not even in the forgetfulness of Yosef HaTzadik and his father's house. We can't forget the Beis Hamikdash, the Mishkan. And if we take the time out and we think about it, and we daven that Hashem should return to us the Beis Hamikdash and bring back the Mishkan and bring back the Shechina to us, right? If the Shechina will come to us, and also it's a tremendous chus for the fellows out there that are never korbanos every day. Every day this korbanos is terrible. Hashem should help, and I always say that the schus of this shir, of all my shirim, should be to help the boys out there, to help them survive. And like I said, My son had to came home, came last night to take my Baruch Hashem. My wife was with us for Shabbos. Chazdei Hashem. She had to go back to the where she is. It's like a secondary hospital, but we were able to take her home for Shabbos. Chazdei Hashem, Nisim v'Niflos. But so he came there, and he came carrying a bigger gun than I ever carried. That's for sure. He's down there he's down there right there near the border, and sometimes on the other side, of the border at daytime. So Hashem should watch over all our chayalim, all our soldiers. No one should be harmed. Everybody should be well. We should get rid of Hamas and Hezbollah and all the enemies of our nation, right? And we should be zeicha to build the Mishkan, to build the base of Mikdash, to have the base of Mikdash come down, and we should finish building it, right, on Har Bayis, right, so that all of us can come together and dance together at the Binyan Bayis Shlishi, B'Meheri Yameinu, Amen.
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 Marshall, I'm flying in tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be there. I'll be in there tomorrow morning.
Okay. If it's not too early, you can call me up.
Arriving 5 a.m. I don't think you want me to do that.
Probably not at 5 a.m. though.
No. What time is Shachris by you?
8 o'clock, as always. 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock. We'll see. I'm going the opposite direction first, but we'll see. But I said I'll call you when I get there.
Okay, great. Okay,
All
very
right.
good.
Okay, I got to run.
Have a safe trip. Thank you, fellas, for joining me. And let's dive in. Let's dive in good. Let's.
Absolutely. Okay, see you soon. Take care. Take care, guys. Take care.
Oh,
Okay. David, it was good to speak to you. Oh, you turned off. I spoke to David Newman after the last year. Very good.
You know, there's a hekesh between the two inyanim the Rav spoke about. The pasuk that was darshan from a volbe, and then the inyan of the base of Migdash, because it's the pasuk clearly state that it's base avi. No, it's the house of his father.
Yeah.
Taka the bayit, but not his father. That was his father. He didn't have an issue of remembering. But if you really think about it, what is this expression of base Avi? Base Yaakov is the base of Migdash Shlishi. Is this Kayim forever? You think about it from that perspective.
Right.
So the first, that's another remez of this.
Yep.
They're like Ace, and tying it to the Hellenism. That Esav's whole shtick is like his Gashmius, and Yaakov is the Hefech. So like that Yosef was in Paro's house was just the mamashis of Gashmius. So like that was the threat that was disabling him from remembering what's going to give us an everlasting based on Midrash Shlishi and Rabbi Yemenu with Mashiach ben Yosef and Mashiach ben David.
That's right. Yeah.
There's stuff from the Yelkut. Last thing I just want to share this is a big zach. I shared with my father, who's big in Torah, and he wanted to see it inside. In the Yelkut Shimoni, he says that the machlokes between the Shvatim was that they all tainad that the Mashiach's bloodline is going to come from Yehuda, and Yosef said Mashiach's going to come from my bloodline, and they never squared it out in their lifetime. And the Midrash continues to say. And this is going to be the machloikis amongst the Yidden ad sof kol dor ad bis Mashiach ben Rabbi Yemenu. We have to recognize that they work hand in hand. Everybody always thinks Mashiach ben David is the essential one and Yosef is a side character. They mamish work hand in hand and they're equal.
They're both correct. There's going to be Mashiach ben Yosef and Mashiach ben David also, yeah.
I know, but like there's so much spotlight on Mashiach ben David, you like barely ever hear people reference Mashiach ben Yosef. Ben Yosef, it's just like it's to me it comes off as if he's a side character.
But Mashiach ben Yosef is going to destroy Hamas and Hezbollah. and Iran. Right, that we need
Yeah,
Moshe Ben
just-
Yosef for, to lead us
So the
against
Dubner
them.
Maggid said, like, because Yosef stood tall before his mother, that he was zoiche, that his progeny led the war versus Amalek, having Yeshua at the front line. So that was the beginning of what we're seeing now.
Very good, very good. Yishkoyach.
Have a beautiful week, Rav. Thank you for continuing to pump brachos in the Klal Yisrael.
Amen, amen, amen. We shall be zecher to that. Okay, fellas,
Yeah.
the rest of my supper is cold. I mean, it's getting cold.
Hold
Thank you.
Rav. Zeh gebench.
Go to Shalom.